live button here, Mara? Want me to hit the button? Hey. Good morning. Good morning, my people. Welcome to the Road to a Million show. We are live right now on Thursday, November 12th. It's not Thursday, it's Tuesday. What are you talking about? It's Tuesday, November 12th. Why am I confused? I don't know. I shouldn't be confused. This happens to be my birthday. What the heck? Another birthday. We're celebrating another trip around the sun, ladies and gentlemen. I've been around the sun a whole lot more times than I want to tell you about. But the fact is, it happens. And you know what's cool? Birthdays are like benchmarks. It's like an opportunity to evaluate yourself and evaluate your life and evaluate your decisions. Woo! It's scary to evaluate all the decisions, right? There's my people watching live on Facebook. There's my people watching live on YouTube. You can watch on either. Daron Campbell Coaching on Facebook Live. You could also go to Road to a Million show on YouTube and check us out. Some people are like kind of get a little confused about how to find us on the live broadcast. I just gave it to you. Facebook Live, Daron Campbell Coaching. YouTube Live, Road to a Million show, all spelled out. Bam! And there you go. You got us in full stereo, having a good time. This is the Road to a Million show. It's all about growing. It's all about getting better. It's all about getting excited about life and the opportunities that are afforded you. And, you know, we're lucky. We could change things. You know, there are some places where people live and grow up where you're kind of stuck in a caste system. And or the society or the culture that people live in doesn't afford you the opportunity to transcend. What do I mean by that? Daron, what do you mean transcend? It's an opportunity for you to bust out of whatever track of life you're in, whatever lane in the world you were born in. We got the opportunity to break out of it and do something different and change our history, change our future, change our path. And you don't have to live the life that your parents lived. Isn't that amazing? That's exciting. You don't have to live the life that your parents lived or the life that your grandparents lived. And there are some places where you can be born into a culture, a profession, a caste system of sorts, where if your dad was a carpenter, you're going to be a carpenter. If your father was a coal miner, you're going to be a coal miner. We don't have that problem. We don't have that issue. So as a matter of fact, that we don't have any excuses. We don't have any excuses. You got no excuses for not trying to better yourself every day. And that's what the Road to a Million show is all about. And I don't know if you get tired of hearing me say that, but I keep telling everybody what the Road to a Million show is all about, because I don't want you to get it confused with what I think the purpose is. I think the purpose is for us to get better, to grow, and I'm here to try to help you do it. I'm here on my birthday, celebrating another lap around the sun with you. It's my birthday, but you get the gifts. I'm here to impart a little bit of wisdom, a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of a little bit of the stuff I've learned, and I'm actually seeing some results happen. The exciting thing is seeing people actually progress. I mean, I got friends and I got colleagues and I got clients that have actually made significant progress in the past, few years or what have you. And that's the most gratifying part of the whole thing. Watching people grow and watching people get better and watching people blossom. And that's exciting. So who do I talk to on this show? I talk to real estate and mortgage and sales professionals. And we spend a lot of that, maybe we spend more of the first hour on that kind of thing. And then we spend the second hour like helping, I call it real estate for the regular folks. It's just like everyday people who want to climb those stairs and And I'm fortunate enough to maybe have a little bit more experience than most because I've closed a whole lot of transactions. And so real estate is kind of my world, has been for 27 of those trips around the sun. I've been in this business 27 years. I know a little bit. And so whatever little bit I have, I'm willing to give it all to you. I'm willing to hand it over and share that wisdom so that we can all get better. Now, check this out. Last Thursday on the show, we announced the real estate revolution. And it sounds like I'm going to get out some machine guns and start shooting at some people, but I'm not. That's not what I do. The real estate revolution is this bold, crazy declaration that I made that said, I want to help 5,000 renters own homes in the next 5 years. Now, is that ambitious? That's pretty stinking ambitious, but I'm here to tell you it's totally possible. Look, we showed you some examples of how if you're paying, our first example was if you're paying $1,800 a month or more in rent, you could be servicing approximately a $400,000 mortgage, meaning you could own a home and pay the same amount of rent towards a mortgage. And the crazy thing is a mortgage is sort of an advanced savings account. I mean, a home is at least. The mortgage is what what services it for you. But the reason that makes a lot of sense is because in the big scope of things, money is cheap. Money is relatively so cheap today versus 20 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, that it's almost a shame for us to let this opportunity for all this cheap money to go by us. So look, let's start by looking at today's mortgage rates. So today's mortgage rates on November 12th, Daron C. Campbell's birthday, you can get listen to this, ladies and gentlemen, you can get a 30-year fixed rate loan for 3.37%. The interest rate on a 30-year FHA today, November 12th, Daron's anniversary of his trips around the sun, birthday boy. For your birthday, you get a 3.37% interest rate fixed. That's stinking cheap, ladies and gentlemen. That's cheap money. That's the bank saying, I'm going to loan you 90, maybe 95% of the purchase price, and I'm only going to charge you 3.37%, and I'm going to give you 30 years to pay it off. Now, if you're not paying attention to that, then you might be missing the opportunity of a lifetime. You might be missing the opportunity to, one, control some real estate, which I recommend highly. Number two, grow your money. Look, so imagine if you owned a home for the last 5 years. And let's say you bought that home, here in Southern California. I gave you an example the other day. I sold a young lady her first home. It was a condominium. I talked about this on a show I did yesterday out in Temecula. She bought that place for I keep losing the number that she actually paid. What did she pay, Marlon? $315? I think she paid $315 less than 2 years ago. And now that house is worth in the mid-4s. I mean, the point is she made over $100,000 just for replacing her rent with a mortgage. It was a simple condo, nothing spectacular, but every bit as nice as the apartment she lived in. And what did she do? She bought a place. We figured out a way for her to buy the place. She didn't have to put much down. And now she owns a place. But here's the key. She made $100,000 in equity in less than 2 years. I put up the number one, but it's actually almost 2 years. But over $100,000. If you don't buy something, would you be able to save $100,000 over the next 2 years? I mean, I'm just asking. Like on the pace you're currently on for saving, are you on pace to save 100 G's this year? Or not so much? Think about it. The cool thing about a home and a mortgage is it's kind of like forced savings. The overall trajectory of real estate is up. So if you get to catch it in a good spot where either prices are low or interest rates are low or both, boom, you've got like the perfect storm and the perfect opportunity to grow yourself, grow your net worth, grow your empire. Let's start your empire. Okay, so Back to the topic, the real estate revolution. The real estate revolution. Check this out. It's underway. Okay, 5,000 new homeowners is what I want to help create. 5,000 renters who are going to own their own home. Now, if you already own your own home, you can still be part of the revolution, but this revolution is built for people who don't currently own and want to own over the next 5 years, inside of the next 5 years. And my goal as kind of the champion, the general, Angie made some kind of t-shirt, I'm sure, that had me with a general hat on. That is all about leading people who don't currently own into ownership. 5,000 of them. That's a crazy number, right? Let me tell you why it's not so crazy. I've been going around, I only declared this, 5 days ago? I've been going around and mentioning it to different people, and you would not even believe the responses I've got. I got responses from banks. I got a response from an executive vice president of a bank that said, that is brilliant, and let us know how we can help. And we got some programs that are 3% down, 5% down. We want to talk to you about that. Okay, look, I just mentioned it in passing. Then I mentioned it to a gentleman who owns a significant car dealership, probably worth $50-60 million, this car dealership. And what he said to me was, I would get behind that. He goes, let me know how me and my investor buddies can help. Hello? Are you guys listening? And then I sat down with another buddy of mine who's trying to talk to me about a business that he wants to start together with me. And I said, you know what? This big plan I have is to have 5,000 renters become owners. And he was like, you know what we can do? We can put these folks here together. I know these people, I know those people, I know those people. And why don't we put together the financing for all these people to buy their own home? I go, brilliant. I love the idea. So, ladies and gentlemen, the real estate revolution is catching fire, baby. It's catching fire. It's about to get good. And we're going to make it happen. 5,000 sounds like a crazy number, but it's not. It's 5. Look, if we band together, we can get leverage by having people all over the place participate. It could be your city, my city, 10 different cities, 50 different cities, and we can make this go. Watch the momentum. I'm here to tell you the real estate revolution is going to change the ownership map. It's going to change the demographic look of the ownership map. It's going to change this terrible ownership rate. Right here in Southern California, ownership rate is like 26%, 24.6 or 26.4. I can't forget the exact number, but the fact is that means only 26% of the people own homes. What does that mean? That means 74% of the people rent homes. Now, somebody said to me yesterday, they said, dude, are you trying to put yourself out of business? You like owning apartments. I do. Apartments are my favorite thing to own. However, I think an apartment should be your stepping stone to your own home. Okay? So yeah, I don't want you to be my tenant for 20 years. You could be my tenant for 3 or 4 years, and then you need to own a home. And that's the sermon that I'm talking about. That's what I want to go out and tell the world. So yeah, do I want to own 10,000 apartments? Absolutely yes. Do I only want you for a tenant for three years? Absolutely yes. Do I want you to own your home after you've paid helped somebody else pay for theirs with your rent before long? Yeah, you got to get into the ownership game. Don't worry about me. There'll be more tenants out there to rent more apartments, but it becomes your turn at a certain point to get into the ownership game. And I'm willing to give up tenants to become owners. I'm willing to help a tenant become an owner. Matter of fact, there's a little component of the program I'm thinking about that will incentivize apartment owners to incentivize their tenants to graduate into homeowners. Wait for that one. Boy, that one's going to shake things up. But in the meantime, I can't reveal that one yet because I haven't quite figured it all the way out. But I'm here to tell you that if you're a renter and if you've been a renter for more than 3 or 4 or 5 years, it's your time. It's your time. That's a bold statement. Some people think they should be renting, for the rest of their lives, or even think they're going to be condemned to renting for the rest of their lives. And some people think, hey, I'll just never afford a house. I just don't make that kind of money. Well, I'm here to tell you we're going to shake that plan up and we're going to make something different happen. We're going to put 5,000 renters into their own home. Ooh, that's a big one. That's a big declaration. Everybody thinks I'm crazy around here. These characters, Don and Nick and Speedy and Marlon, they all think I'm nuts. 5,000 people? They were like, yeah, go ahead, man. Do that. You do that. Let us know how that's going to work out. I'm here to tell you it's about to happen. Oh, and here's something else. In the second hour, we're going to start the process for one of our very own. My man Speedy is going to be my first victim. We're going to get Speedy a house, and I'm going to let you guys come with us while we get Speedy going. We're going to get him into the process. We're going to find him a home. We're going to figure out his credit. We're going to figure out his financing. We're going to sell that man a house. What? That's right. You heard it here, and then you're going to watch it here on the Road to a Million show. And that's what the Road to a Million show is all about. Can you dig that? Can you dig that? We're breaking ground. We're going to change things up. This is going to change the culture. You see, what I want to do is I want to interrupt this pattern of, hey, just get a job and just rent a nice place, and you're cool. Live the rest of your days out like that. Real estate builds wealth. And a lot of people know that, and a lot of people don't. And then a lot of people know that, but then a lot of people feel like they can't participate, or they've been locked out, or they've been denied access, or they've been denied the opportunity, or they've been denied the information. Well, that day is over, ladies and gentlemen, because the general is here, and I'm going to show you everything that goes on behind the scenes. I'm going to show you everything about the secrets. I'm going to show you everything about the shortcuts and the pathways to get you on the road to ownership so you can get out of that renting game. You need to rent until you can own. That means renting should have a deadline after which you become an owner. And then once you become an owner of your own place, then we're going to teach you advanced ownership. Advanced ownership involves someone else paying for your place, some cash flow from something else paying for your lifestyle. That's further down the road, but that's how you climb the food chain, ladies and gentlemen. And if you feel like you've been disenfranchised, and you feel like you've been locked out of that game, and you feel like somebody didn't teach you the rules of the game, then there's a new day. There's a new day coming. And the Road to a Million is about to blow up the machine. It's going to change the way the game is played. It's going to bring some of the disenfranchised folks onto the right side of the ledger, baby. We're going to create some ownership. 3.37% fixed for 30 years. That's cheap money. Go ask your grandma how cheap that money is. Ask your mother and father how cheap that money is. They could not get interest rates of anywhere near these kind of numbers when they were buying their first home, or when they were, trying to build a family and grow a family. Ask them about it. There were interest rates that were double digits. Now we can borrow money at under 4% fixed for 30 years. That's cheap money, you guys. And think about it like this. If a bank will loan you 90%, 95% of the price of a house and charge you less than 4% to use that money for 30 years on a product, by the way, that you get to use, you get to live there, and that historically goes up in value at least 5% a year. Now, if I told you that was a real scenario, you probably, if I told you about it in something other than real estate, you probably wouldn't believe me. Imagine, let's flip it a little bit. Imagine if your car went up in value 5% every year, and the bank would loan you 95% on that car and finance it at 3.3%. That'd be the smartest investment you can make. However, we go out and make those investments in cars, and they go down in value. Real estate goes up in value, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, literally, if you look historically, real estate goes up for 8 to 10 years and then down and cools off for 1.5 to 2.5. So the ups far outweigh the downs. So owning, the name of the game is owning, and all you got to do is hang in there until the market recovers. Even in a terrible market, which is many times the best time to buy real estate, it always comes back. So when you see people running for the hills going, oh my God, the sky is falling, I can't buy any real estate, the market's going down. I go, what are you talking about? Charge in and go buy some real estate and just hang on to it. It will come back, trust me. In 2007, 2008, everyone thought the world was about to end. Real estate values, all the foreclosures happened. 4 million foreclosures happened in the U.S. Everybody thought the world was going to end. Well, let me tell you when the best time to buy real estate was. Right then, smack in the middle of a recession. Turns out that would have been the best time to buy real estate because then after the recession ended, less than a 2-year recession, by the way, real estate values went up for 111 months straight. Do you hear me? Are you listening to me? Real estate increased in value for 111 straight months. That's almost, is that 11 years? 111 months, 120 months is 10 years. No, so that's 9 years and change straight up every year. Every year for 111, every month for 111 months, your property gained value. Show me a better investment than that. You know, you can't plan for any stock to pay you like that. That's why real estate is it's like the best thing you could put your money into. It's like paying yourself. Oh, and putting a roof over your head. Oh, and you're going to be paying rent anyway. You might as well turn that rent into a mortgage. And then make yourself some money. Start building your fortune. How about that? In the second half of the show, I'm going to bring my man Speedy on and we're going to start his process. We're going to start the process of getting Speedy a home and you're going to watch it happen. What? You're going to watch it happen over the next several months. I think we set a deadline. We'll ask Speedy what that deadline was, but I think we set this deadline, I think end of March or end of February. He'll verify it for us. And we're going to get him a home by then. And we're going to deal with whatever issues he's got to deal with. We're going to get him through those issues and we're going to find him a place and we're going to sell him the place. And the man's going to own a home. And he's going to become a financially free guy because of the Road to a Million show. And we're going to do that for 5,000 people. Get ready. Get ready. If you want to take a ride, get ready to go on the real estate revolution ride with us. If you want to be one of the people who benefits from this real estate revolution, there's going to be a couple of ways you can benefit. But if you're a renter right now, or you don't own your own home, or you still live with your parents, hey, look, there's no shame in any of that. Be lucky you got some parents to live with. But you should be stacking your chips. You shouldn't be out there buying those Jordans and those Louboutins. You should be saving money because of the opportunity that mom and dad have given you to kind of, crash with them for a while. But that's an opportunity. You know how many people just have to get out in the streets or have to go out and rent their own place? And the funny thing is, a lot of times we kind of look at people and go, oh, man, you still live with your parents? Rah, rah, rah. You know what's funny? That's a privilege. Number one, you get to spend as much time as you can with your parents. And we all need to do that. Trust me. I lost my mom and I should have spent more time. It's a big regret. I don't want you guys to have that regret. So if you get an opportunity to be around your parents, obviously do that. But if you're also fortunate enough that they have a home and you can live there for a reduced rent or for no rent, look at that as an opportunity. There's no shame in that. That's an opportunity for you to save your money. Save your money. Get a nest egg. Start putting money away so that you can buy something. Like even if I could help you get a loan for 5% down or 3% down or 0% down, you're going to have money for closing costs. You should be stacking your chips right now so that you can be prepared for the opportunity that home ownership is going to provide. You should be prepared for the opportunity that the real estate revolution is going to provide. If I came to you with the perfect house, the perfect size, at the perfect price right now, would you have the closing costs? Could you write the check for if I got you a 0 down deal, you want a 3-bedroom house, you want it to be in a decent part of town, and you need an attached garage and a yard for your kids. And I found you that house. If I found you that house right now and I said, I got it, and I can actually get you a loan, 100% loan. All right? Would you be ready with the closing costs? Would you be able to write the check for the escrow, the title, the insurance payment? Would you be able to write those checks or not? If the answer to that is no, you're not prepared. You're not ready. My mother always says success comes at that point in the road where preparation and opportunity meet. So if I brought you the opportunity, which there are, would you be prepared? And if you got no savings, no ability to pay your closing costs, if your job's not stable and steady, then you're not prepared. Why don't you take my birthday and make it the first day that you start getting ready to take control of your financial future? That's the birthday gift you could give me. Get control of your own financial future and let today be the first day. We'll say DC's birthday is the first day of the launch of the real estate revolution, and you're going to be part of it. You're going to be part of the real estate revolution. We're going to make you an owner. If you're already an owner, hey, you might want to be an investor. There may be some investment opportunities on this real estate revolution that could actually be very, very financially beneficial to those that participate. So get ready. Get yourself ready. You better, you know what I always say on this show now? I said, you better stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Come on now. Let's prepare ourselves for the good things that are to come. The real estate revolution is going to change some lives. 5,000 families. 5,000 families. Wait till you see the powerful partners that I have enlisted already, and there's a whole lot more to come. So this ain't just my revolution. This is our revolution. And I got some pretty powerful players saying, Daron, if you can make that happen, we got your back. Uh-oh, look out. It's going to be fun. We're going to have some fun. So prepare yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot in store for you. My man Speedy's going to be our first example. He won't be the last either. We're going to take you out on the road. We're going to show you properties. We're going to show you how credit gets repaired. We're going to show you how lenders underwrite. You know what? You know what's silly? Okay, let me tell you what's silly. And I'm going to change all this. Now, this is some radical stuff. I'm talking about changing a whole lot of things that haven't been changed in a long time. But I am going to change some things that are ridiculous. Okay? You ready? Now let me tell you what they are. First, we're going to change this concept of not knowing why your credit report is scored the way it's scored. I mean, come on. How ridiculous is that? Why is it we have to, like, every 6 months or a year call and look and see what our credit report is? And you know those nervous feelings you have, like, oh my God, what's my credit report this month? How ridiculous is that? So much is predicated on credit that for that to be like a mysterious process is freaking stupid, right? You should know what increases your credit score by 10 points. You should know what the most important factors are with respect to debt to income ratio. You should know what goes on if you miss a payment and how your payment ought to change. You should know what kind of FICO score you should have in order to get the lowest mortgage out there. You should know these things, and the ignorance is not an excuse, because nobody says, oh, sorry, you just didn't know, when they turn you down. But the silly thing is, we don't know, and for years and years and years, we've let it be this mysterious process. Well, I'm going to blow the lid off of the mystery. Ain't going to be no more mysteries, credit people. We're going to bring experts on here that will tell you exactly what the credit process is about and how each thing affects your score and why that score matters at a certain level or a different one. Okay? So that's myth buster, mystery buster. What are we going to call that? I don't know what we're going to call it, but it's some kind of buster. We're going to blow up the credit mystery. Oh, there you go. The credit mystery. We're going to explode that one, huh? Tanya Kane, right? We're going to blow that thing up. Next, we're going to blow up this mysterious mortgage game. Why on earth is the mortgage process a mystery? Why on earth do we go and fill out a loan application and then we close our eyes and hold our breath and pray that we get approved? That's freaking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You should know exactly what kind of mortgage you qualify, and you should be able to know it any day of the week. I just think, I'm kind of into like some basic practicality. And for us to not know, for us to have to go like fill out 300 pieces of paper so that some person can come back and say yes or no and not have a real explanation for it, and we not really know what our chances were, is stupid. It's kind of ridiculous. Don't you think it's ridiculous? It is freaking ridiculous. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring some mortgage experts on here, and we're going to just peel back all the mystery layers from the mortgage process, and we're going to tell you exactly how the mortgage game works. What is the bank really looking for? Why does my application have to go into some dark place, some black hole, and then comes out with somebody telling us yes or no? Who died and made them financial Jesus? The fact is, we need to know what that process is. So why don't we just expose the process? I'm going to bring somebody on here that just exposes the process. No more mysteries. I'm sick of mysteries. That's ridiculous, okay? And so there's that. Then, number 3, I'm going to teach you exactly how to value and evaluate property. You say you already know how to evaluate property. No, you don't. No, you don't. You just take whatever you see on Zillow or whatever that slick, fast-talking real estate agent said to you, and you take that as law. And that's a shame as well. You need to know the process for exactly evaluating what you ought to pay for a piece of real estate and how you should arrive at that number. You see, I think that things can be a lot more precise than they are. So like I know these people that, if the price is $500,000, they just automatically want to offer $400,000. There's no rhyme or reason to it. They just think as long as I go lower, then maybe I got a better chance of getting a good deal. So while that might be negotiation savvy to an extent, it's really not. It's just them guessing. And what they've been taught is don't ever pay somebody what their asking price is. But what if their asking price is already a good deal? You're going to pass up on it even if they priced it right? There are actually some people who price their properties correctly that you should actually buy for that price. But if you're one of these people who's like, well, if I pay them full price, then I must not have gotten a good deal. It's just not true. It's just not true. A motivated seller will price his property correctly the first time, and that might be a deal worth you buying on the spot at full price. So I'm going to teach you how to price real estate correctly, and what that'll teach you how to do is also make an intelligent offer. Because I could tell you in 10 minutes by looking at somebody's asking price if they're smoking crack or if they're pricing it realistically. And if they price it realistically, guess what? I'll pay them full price. But if they price it foolishly like a greedy pig seller trying to fool somebody, that property usually will sit there. I saw a property yesterday that has been on the market for 644 days. That's a seller who ain't trying to sell really hard. He's overpriced. And he's hoping that a sucker comes along and overpays him for the real estate. But if you know how to evaluate real estate properly, you never make that mistake. How about that? So we're going to show you how to evaluate credit and what it means. We're going to show you how to evaluate a mortgage and how the process works. And then we're going to show you how to properly evaluate a piece of real estate. And then now you're suddenly an informed consumer of real estate. And then the fourth thing we'll do is after I show you how to evaluate real estate so you know how much to pay for your house, then I'm going to show you how to evaluate income producing property. And we'll show you how that works as well. Oh, man, I had a great conversation with a gentleman that I have sold. Oh, my God, I don't know how many buildings I've sold to the guy. Dozens of apartment buildings. He agreed to come on to the show very soon and tell us how he built this empire of apartment buildings. Other than having the best real estate agent on the planet, he had a strategy. He has a strategy. He has a particular way to evaluate properties. He has a particular way to decide how he's going to buy those properties, what area he's going to buy them in. And he's going to share all that with us. Now, how's that for getting a peek behind the curtain? Watch out, ladies and gentlemen. We got good stuff, and it's all coming your way on the Road to a Million show. We're on YouTube, Road to a Million show on YouTube. I love that YouTube channel thing because it's like really cool, and I can tell anybody anywhere, and they can check it out. So that's where the replays are, and that's where the live versions are. So we're getting all our internet online stuff together. Nick and Marlon and Don, they all figure that stuff out and they just tell me what to say. But the fact is, all of our internet presences are coming together. We're getting a little more organized about how we disseminate the show. We got so much content. We got so many shows. You can go back and watch episodes, and now we're getting them organized kind of library style by topic, etc. We're just hoping to be a big resource for you because the real estate revolution is underway. Right, Karen? The real estate revolution, we're going to turn 5,000 renters into owners. Man, so all my real estate professional buddies out there, get ready because they're coming your way. If they're in your area, I'm sending them to you. If you got somebody that wants to join the revolution, have them tune into the show, and we're going to make them an owner too. 5,000 of them in 5 years. Woo! Somebody write that down. We got to get going because 5,000 is a whole lot of real estate. But me and my network are going to make this happen. My tribe is watching over here on Facebook Live. That's all my people that are in the game, playing the real estate game, playing the credit game with me. That's Peaches. That's Karen. That's Angela. That's T. Those are my regulars, my people. They are all part of this revolution. They're going to help you get to where you need to be. That's what we do. That's what our tribe is all about. That's what our crew is all about. And I'm excited. Are you excited? You should be. You should be. It's a new day. It's a brand new day. All right. So we're going to take a short break in a few minutes. We're going to talk a little bit more about the real estate revolution, but then we're going to bring my man Speedy onto the show, and we're going to talk about what we're going to help him do to be the first person in the real estate revolution. He's going to be the first, and we're ready. We're going to be ready for 50 others right behind him. So get ready, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to get fun. So Speedy's going to be the first. So what we're going to do is we're going to start bringing on the people who are we're going to help buy the homes, and we're going to bring in the people that are going to help them clean up their credit, get approved for the financing, and evaluate the houses and multifamily residences. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited about it. It's my birthday, but I'm giving out the gifts. This is the Road to a Million show. I'm Daron C. Campbell, the hardest working man in real estate, your real estate mentor. We're going to take a 3-minute break, and we'll see you after the break.
Got it bumping. Got it bumping. Got it bumping. Got it bumping.
We are back.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
My man Speedy is here, everybody. Here he is.
What
My
it
man
do?
Speedy.
What it do? What it do?
You, man, you. I am so excited. I'm super pumped because you're getting a gift on my birthday.
Today your birthday?
Today's my birthday.
Happy birthday, man. I knew that.
Thank you. I know you did. You are going to be recipient number one. We are going in the real estate revolution.
Okay.
We're going to be able to say the first person in the real estate revolution to own a home got announced on Daron's birthday, November 12th, 2019. My man Speedy is buyer number one.
I'm with it, man.
Isn't that exciting?
Yes.
So what I really want to do is I want to take our audience on this journey with me and you.
Okay.
And so we're gonna the way we're gonna do this is, and this I'm just gonna treat you like I'm gonna treat anybody who says this is my time.
Okay.
Okay. And so without going too crazy into all your personal stuff, we're gonna get a summary, a breakdown of what we're trying to do here.
All right.
All
let's
right.
do it.
So let's talk about it. What is your home goal? What are we trying to do?
4 to 5 bedroom house, closer out here where the kids go to high school, which is in near El Camino High, which anywhere out this part of the valley. Big backyard, because one kid wanted a basketball court, so we got to accommodate that.
Okay.
And a pool is optional.
Okay.
If we can get a pool, we win it.
Okay.
I got to put all the gates and shit around there, but a pool would be great, and 4 to 5 bedroom house.
Okay.
And
We need a yard. We gotta do a little basketball action.
yeah, don't mind a fixer upper.
Okay. And that's
Because
good.
I know I want to do that kitchen, that open.
That open concept.
Yeah.
Okay. This is good stuff. All right. And I think you and I sort of prepped for a second. I think we feel like we should probably be in that 500 to 650 category.
Yes.
I think given what you've told me, I think ideally to be able to accomplish what you want to accomplish in the type of house you want and to kind of fit into the way you want to treat your money, I'm starting him out in a search in like the 5 to 650 range. Now the cool thing is this. The reason that we can even go to that kind of level is because 3.3% interest rates.
Okay.
Fixed rate interest is 3.37% today. That's on November.
Which means what in layman's terms?
Well, in layman's terms, that means when interest rates were 5%, you could buy about 20% less house.
Whoa, okay.
See what I'm saying?
Getting more house.
You're getting more house because money is cheap.
Got it.
Here's what people don't understand. They say, well, things are so expensive. But money is cheap.
Okay.
So that offsets the expensiveness of it.
Okay.
So like if interest rates, if we were looking at 6% interest, we'd be looking at a 450 house.
Oh, okay.
We got 3.3% interest. Now we're looking at a 650 house.
And 450 is probably a 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom, somewhere in there.
It really depends on the area. I've decided that we're going to aim at Chatsworth, West Hills for you.
Okay.
And what we'll do in this process is in those areas, I know that we can accomplish our price goals, and I know we can also accomplish the requirements that you have for a house. I know those kind of houses exist.
Okay.
And the cool thing is, here's what's interesting about knowing what's going on in the marketplace. The market has cooled off a little bit.
Okay.
So sellers can't be as aggressive with buyers as they used to be. Buyers are starting to take control again.
Which is a good thing for me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a huge thing. And so for what that means to me is if the top of your budget, like when we get our loan expert in here, they say, well, the top of Speedy's budget is $650. That means I'm going to go after people who are listed up to $725. And we're going to get out the DC boxing gloves and fight for speedier price.
Wow. That sounds like, I don't know why I feel like I'm in the house right now.
Well, it's coming fast. It's coming fast. So we're gonna aim our search for speedy. So case study number 1, we're gonna look at Chatsworth, West Hills. We might even spill into Canoga Park. Any of those where we can find the house that ideally fits Speedy and the family, that it meets all of his requirements, that falls under his set of financial parameters.
Got it.
And so now that's where we're going to get out in the field and we're going to actually look at some houses. And I got some pulled up right here we're going to check out. But in the meantime, let's talk about how to get you perfectly ready for that. So today, we know that we probably need to bump your credit a little bit, right?
Yeah, we're just going to assume that. That way we don't get caught off guard.
Right. So we're going to assume that we're going to have to do a little bit of work on his credit. So that's why this is a process. You don't get to wake up and say, hey, I'm buying a house today. We got to look at the credit, and then we got to decide, is there anything we can do that can enhance his ability to get the best interest rate due to his credit score? So if the credit score is suffering at all, we're going to make the process. We're going to say 30, 60 days out. We got to get that credit score up 50, 75, 100 points. That's what we know we're going to have to do for Speedy. We're going to have to get that credit
Before
up.
you go look for the house? Or
while we're looking.
While we're looking, got it.
So, because that's a process, and so is looking for this house. It's a process. So what we're going to do in the first 30 days, we're going to know, now we see exactly what kind of house we can get for this kind of money. And while that's going on, we're going to have the credit starting to climb. Okay. And then shortly after we meet with the credit person, we're going to sit down with the lender and get you pre-qualified. Okay. And then what we'll be able to say is, okay, the credit score is this today, but in about 60 days, it's going to be another 100 points higher. Now, what can we buy if the credit, what's our budget if the credit score is this? And that's how we're going to get to that upper end of the number.
Okay, got it.
All right. So credit plus pre-qualification plus getting out there and finding the right home physically is the step by step by step. They all sort of happen simultaneously, and it all comes together magically at the end, boom, to get the purchase we want.
Got it.
Like that?
November 11th. What's it? 11th?
It's the 12th.
12th, yeah, birthday.
That's birthday, November 12th. All right. So what we're going to do is, let's see what we got here. I'm looking at, now, ladies and gentlemen, you might think it's a difficult market, but given what we just laid out as Speedy's parameters, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
No way.
10 under $700,000, which means if he can qualify for up to $650,000, I can go after any of those on his behalf. And being the negotiator that we know we got on our team, that's me.
That's him.
Birthday
guy.
We're gonna go out there and we're gonna find the right kind of house. So we're just gonna look at one just to start. Let's look at this house in Chatsworth.
Now, and I could be wrong, you wanted to look for a house that was built was it 1975 and up?
No.
Because someone told me about that because of the pipes and all that kind of stuff.
Well, copper plumbing is what you want in the house for sure. And copper plumbing started becoming prevalent in construction in the 70s. So that's correct. Okay. So if you find a house that's built prior to the 70s that hasn't been repiped, then there's a very good chance that you have galvanized steel pipes. Galvanized steel pipes traditionally are only good for about 30 years.
Okay.
So if you got a house that's built in the 50s or 60s and it hasn't been repiped, when we do our inspection of that home, what our inspector is going to do is going to check the pressure in those pipes. Okay. We're going to have the guy send a scope through those pipes to see if there's any breaks or cracks or any roots have taken hold inside the pipes. Okay. There's a very good chance. See, I look at every flaw as an opportunity to negotiate.
Oh,
see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, because let me explain how this goes. If we see a great house, perfect house, great yard, perfect for the basketball court, with a pool, with 5 bedrooms, with 3.5 baths, but it was built in 1957, we're not mad. Because if that guy hasn't repiped that house and he wants $695,000,
yeah, come down.
I'm gonna show him how plumbing costs $22,000, and we're gonna get that price reduced by the amount of that plumbing.
Oh, okay.
See, so it's not a bad thing when a house, if the bones, this is when you hear people say it's got the right bones. If the bones are there, meaning we need 5 bedrooms, meaning we need 3.5 baths, meaning we need a yard that's suitable for a basketball court, meaning we need a pool. If the house has all those things, the bones are there. Okay, and the rest is just a negotiation. See what I'm saying? So if we need to repipe that house and we know we're going to need to repipe that house, I'm going to go to that seller and I'm going to say, okay, we love your house. We even like your price, except we got to spend $22,000 on plumbing. And we're going to show him an estimate from a plumber that shows how much that plumbing is going to cost us. Okay. We're going to say, we'd love to give you your price, except we know
we got to do this.
We're going to have to do this.
Got it.
See? And so he's got a hard time defending why he should not give us that $22,000. So you'll get to see all of this underway in process. We're going to get this man a house.
All right. So we found something.
Look, check this out. We got a house here. Let's see, Marlon, I don't know how to expand this so we can see some pictures and stuff. Did you put a pool in any of the parameters? So we got to go through and see. Okay, here, check this out. Oh, we love how this game is played, Speedy. Look at this. Already, we got a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. We know we want to ideally get 5. Okay. But 4 bedrooms, 2 bath must sell. You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Must sell. Ding, 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 ding. Darren's excited. Must sell. You shouldn't have told me that.
Why'd you do that?
Why'd you do that? You played yourself. Must sell. Located in Chatsworth, this charming home with loads of potential features. 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, attached 2-car garage, 2,058 square feet of living space, a cozy foyer entry nestled under a vaulted ceiling that leads the way into a bright and inviting living room with carpet, flooring, and a well-crafted fireplace. Through the dining area is a kitchen where you'll find tile countertops. We're going to change those to granite.
Change that to granite.
Decorative black and white appliances. We're going to change those.
Yeah.
And then
Same
an
as
area,
that.
a breakfast nook. Wow, bathrooms are well lit, while the bathrooms in the home are spacious with ample closet storage room available. The backyard offers a tranquil private setting with tons of mature trees. Big yard. Wait, let's look at the lot size. 7,800 square foot lot. Basketball court is totally doable here.
Love it.
Mature trees, a side yard that features an abundance of colorful flowers, open patio, jacuzzi, perfect use for blah, 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 long day. So it's already got the jacuzzi, but it's got room for the pool and the basketball court.
Okay.
But anyway, this is just example number 1,
Okay.
$629.
Now, now, you're not scared off by must sell. Could that be something's wrong with the house?
No, my man.
Oh.
Must sell is like, I got a problem and I got to get out.
Okay.
My job transferred me. I lost my job. I'm in trouble. I can't pay the mortgage.
Whatever it is.
It more likely means that.
Okay.
And even if there were a physical problem, money fixes everything.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? So if his roof were about to fall in, we could re-roof that house for 15 grand.
Okay.
We're gonna get 15 grand off the price.
All right.
See what I'm saying?
Got it.
So
Must sell.
must sell music. We love that. I mean, there's nothing better than must sell. I don't even know why people say this kind of stuff. But okay, you shouldn't have shown Daron Campbell that. But here we go. So that's example number 1. So let's go back. Where do I go from there, Marlon? Okay, so let's check out the second one. Hey, Marlon, is there anything on here that'll tell me where they have a pool? Where is one of the categories?
Are you on the sheet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on the master sheet.
Yeah. You'd have to just.
All right, we're just gonna keep going. If you guys can't tell,
That first one sound great.
right?
At $650 must sell.
No,
Which mean
$629.
which mean you can probably get him down to
We're gonna get $575. See what I'm saying?
winning.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there's opportunities in the marketplace right here, right now. And so in the real estate revolution, the way we're going to get 5,000 renters into homes is because the stars have lined up. Interest rates are low. The market has cooled off. No longer are people getting 20 offers on the first day they list. You got an opportunity to own.
Let's do it.
We combine the credit with the lender, with the ready and able buyer, bam, and you own a home. Let's check this next one out. Let's see what we got. Okay, next one. Ooh, that's
nice.
cute. Wow.
They redid the front.
And check this out. Here's another sign I'm gonna show you. BOM. What do you think that is?
B.
It ain't nothing bad.
Oh,
It means back on the market. Now, what does back on the market mean to you?
they couldn't sell it.
They sold it. They thought they had it sold, and it blew up.
Okay, got it.
Music.
Uh-oh.
Back on the market. That's a seller that's disappointed because the sale didn't go through. So, buyer, look at this. Back on the market, buyer did not perform. Beautifully remodeled ranch-style home in the heart of West Hills. This well-maintained, turnkey, 4-bedroom, 2-bath home has an upgraded kitchen, stainless steel appliances. We just saved 30
Yeah.
grand right there. We don't have to do it.
Ooh, 30.
Yeah, kitchen plus appliances, man. It's 30 G's. Stylish modern cabinetry and granite counters. We just
Bam.
saved $11,000 because they already got the granite. Upgraded bathrooms with the backsplash and floors. The open concept already blew out the walls. It's already
Okay.
got an open concept. Living and dining areas have beautiful wood flooring. Already did the floors. We don't have to do that. And a cozy fireplace. For those warm summer days, the yard has a sparkling swimming pool, ding, 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 and covered patio. Located in the highly sought-after Capistrano School District, blah, blah, blah. Ladies and gentlemen, $639. Already done, turnkey, ready to move in tomorrow. You could be swimming in the pool naked next week.
And even though it says it's right at our price range. We still come in and try to knock that down.
Hello.
Okay.
Who's your agent? Back on the market. They tried to sell it. They didn't get it sold. You shouldn't have told me that. Hey, Angie, that's another T-shirt. You shouldn't have told me that. It's kind of like saying I'm a little bit desperate and I'm down on my luck. Like my football coach used to say, let them lay down and bleed a while. So that's an opportunity for us. But look, redone.
Yes.
Already done.
That's good, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is opportunity out there. If you don't see, this man thought he was priced out of the market. He thought this kind of house cost $1 million. We're going to get it for under $6 million. Do you recognize opportunity is there? And if you can buy that kind of house in that kind of price range at 3.3% fixed for 30 years, are you hearing me?
What would the note be on that?
Let's see what the note is on that. Let's do the math.
Do the math.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. You watching Speedy in the process of getting a house.
Before we had phones, you had that calculator.
Exactly. With the tape popping
Yeah.
out. Okay, so let's assume, what did we say, 639? 639.
Say we get it for what?
We're going to get it for $599. Watch out. Who's your negotiator?
Uh-oh. Birthday guy.
There you go. 375. Boom. 20. You don't even want to know, man. You don't even want to know where this is going.
Tell me.
Let's go. I'm going to put the taxes, insurance, and everything back in there.
Uh-huh.
So let's go. We're going to go taxes of $7,000 a year. Insurance, I'll put another 10 on that. Okay. Looks like your payment is $2,726.25.
What?
Do you hear me, ladies and gentlemen? His monthly just went down if we buy this house.
What?
Do you hear me?
And that was at the high end.
That was at the high end. Come on, you guys. There's no reason for not owning. If it's the best bank account you'll ever have, if it's the best way to save money, if it's the best way to grow your net worth, if it's the best way to build a legacy, what are you doing renting? No reason. And I just took the credit excuse off your plate because we can help you get that fixed. I just took the mortgage thing off your plate because we got a lender who's going to give you a loan. And now the market's cooperating with low interest rates and prices that have slid.
Back on the market.
A year ago, you didn't see back on the market. A year ago, you didn't see motivated seller, must sell.
Must sell.
Because he was already getting 10 offers. Today, that guy's not getting 10 offers. Today, the buyer's in the driver's
Getting
seat.
speedy.
Hello. We're going to put 5,000 renters into their own home, and we're going to do it just like this.
Let's do it.
What you think about that?
Man, that's dope. I want to move in that one tomorrow.
Right? That was ready to go.
Yeah, 30
it's
days.
ready to go. Let's see if there's anything else here.
That's a
Worth
great
checking.
one.
Yeah, 8,000 square foot lot. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Okay, so let's see. Let's move a little further down the road. The cool thing is the area you're going to, most of the homes have pools. You know, in the West Valley, it's so warm in the West Valley. Most of the builders back in the 60s and 70s and 80s were putting pools in because they got generous lots. They don't have small lots. You got that was 8,000 square foot lot.
Yeah, that's
That's a big lot.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at. I'm gonna search because I'm gonna go for some larger square footages. Here we go. Here we go. Square feet. I'm gonna go up, and let's go here. Let's see what we get here. Black Hawk. All right, next one up, ladies and gentlemen. We're hunting for Speedy House on the road to $1 million show.
Yes.
You don't think we get stuff done on this show? We're going to buy this man a house right in front of your very eyes. Check this out.
See your boy go from zero. Whoa, that's nice.
Ooh, this is real nice.
Yeah,
4 bedrooms, 3 bath. Excellent price for a newer home in a desirable part of Chatsworth. Large 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, large backyard, plenty of room for a pool, vaulted ceilings, large master with terrific bath and shower and
That's
sink
what I wanna
and
hear.
tub and 1 bedroom downstairs, perfect for office or guest room, cul-de-sac. Owners have kept the place very clean. Oh my goodness. Then check this out. Let's see. It has been, now this is $710,000, right? That's a little bit of
710.
that's over what we said our range was. We
Got
said
it.
we're going to top out at $650, right?
Got it.
That's $710,000. But guess what little homework I can do to give us a little clue?
Talk to me.
This right here says DOM. That's days on the market.
Okay.
It's been on the market 112 days. What does that tell you?
Trying to add up. 3 going to me.
That's almost 4 months, basically.
Yeah. 120
He's sitting
days,
there.
4 months.
He's sitting there.
Oh.
Guess what he's going to get from us? A low ball offer. That guy's ready to negotiate.
But ready to go low.
It's ready. Everything's ready to go. This is a turnkey house. It's a new house. And we're going to go in there and say, well, look, we're pre-approved for $650. We'll give you $650 right now. Drop the price. And that guy's been sitting there. We're going to get that house. Wow. 112 days on the market. We got the upper hand. We have the advantage. He's sitting there waiting, and we just pulled up 11 houses that fit his parameters. One of those 11 is going to give us the deal we want. He doesn't get to call the shots anymore. We call the shots. We got the pre-approval letter. We got the ready to go. We're in control.
Quick question for you.
Yeah.
The fact that he put that on there, does he have to put that on there that it's been on the market for that long?
Oh, yeah, that's a requirement.
Oh,
Okay. That's the multiple listing service has to tell you the truth about that.
Okay. All right.
So that's a little inside information that we get,
Okay.
and we get to use it to our advantage.
All right.
So that's kind of the whole.
It's pretty dope. I
It's
like that.
really good. It's awesome. That's a beautiful house.
Yeah.
So we'll keep that on our list. But look,
710
710.
in there. Fixed. Ready. You ain't got to
Ready.
do nothing.
Nothing to do, my brother.
Buy new
Nothing.
furniture.
Yep. We can negotiate for that. Maybe. don't mess with me.
Don't leave that in there, dog.
Hey, what you just leave that? We got you.
We got you. Don't leave that in there.
Okay, let's go one more here. Let's see what we got. Oh boy.
Don't do that.
Oh,
Don't do that. To
oh boy. Uh-oh.
Y'all can't see
The
this.
game just changed.
That
Oh,
is
my.
they're like it has the gate that where you turn into. And
Yeah, this with the circular drive and the
Yeah.
whole show. Wait, let's, bro.
No way. Don't do that. don't do that. See,
Look at this.
Darren. Okay, you do
Uh-oh.
it. No, Darren, don't do it.
Uh-oh.
How much is that house?
719. Been on the market for 147 days.
Over 4 months.
I'm going in to get that for $650 for you, bro. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. You guys,
Let's read the specs.
You
Let's
guys
go.
can't see this, but listen to this.
Incredible.
Welcome to this brand new, custom 2-story home featuring 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths with over 2,100 square feet of living space. As you enter the home, you're greeted by 10-foot high ceilings. I love high ceilings. On the main floor, the spacious floor plan is so inviting and comfortable. Perfect for entertaining and great family living. Kitchens accented with quartz stone. That's what we put in the brand new houses now. Quartz stone countertops, marble backsplash, Delta faucets, farmhouse style sinks, and stainless steel Samsung appliances. They ain't messing around.
Feel like I built it.
This is a high-end joint.
What?
Kitchen opens to a covered outdoor patio, perfect for entertaining. Second floor has 9-foot high ceilings. All bedrooms and laundry are located on the second floor. Each bedroom has a closet organizing system. This is one of 9 brand new, never lived in custom homes in this
Come
new
on,
construction development. 719.
And that's in Chatsworth?
Yes, sir.
What?
See, what you don't know, you just don't know. This is a brand new
Now,
home.
you're a negotiator.
I'm the king
It
of
says
negotiation.
719. What would you be able to
719 sounds like 649 to me. 7 what?
Now, with our process and how long it may take me to get to actually saying that that's going to be mine, would that still be there, you think? Or
Well, there's a couple of things we can do.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to sit down with the credit person. We're going to sit down with the lender person.
Got it.
They're going to tell us exactly. The lender, we know, once the credit's ready, we know we can do a 30-day deal with the lender.
okay.
Once the credit person says, hey, Speedy, you'll be at X by X date, then we know what we can do.
Okay.
Now, if that house is, let's say the credit person says, give me 60 days and I got you.
Okay.
The lender will say, well, if you got that, then I got your loan, no problem.
Okay.
Then we say, once we have those real dates,
Mm-hmm.
I can go to this guy right now and say, we'll take it, but we need a 60-day escrow.
Mm.
I can negotiate that deal right now and get a 90-day escrow.
Which means he holds it.
It's ours. It's ours. And we close it in 90 days. Do it all the time.
He playing, man.
No, I ain't playing. I ain't playing.
If y'all could see this house, when he clicked on the front yard, I was already backing up with the truck. Beep, beep. Me, Javier, my sons, we go unload. I don't need nobody help me move. I normally don't move. That ain't what I do.
Well, I ain't helping you.
Well, for that, look, get that outside. Man, that is incredible.
Opportunity. The market is
I
really
never would have
opportunity.
thought I could have.
You wouldn't think you could have that
No.
much house for that kind of money.
I'm again, just so America knows, I'm thinking, when them fixer uppers where, the pipes is loose at the bottom. We gotta go and we gotta knock all this out and we gotta do the knockout thing, and then that's gonna take a while. But the turnkey 649.
Yep. That's where we're going, ladies and gentlemen. That's the name of the game in the real estate
Come on,
revolution. We can get you there. We're going to get him there.
I'm gonna tell you now. I ain't gonna say if. When I'm in that house, whoever's listening, all y'all come over for the housewarming. Everybody listen to the show. Come over. That way you can see it's real.
Yep. We're going to throw a party at
Yeah, we're gonna
Speedy's
throw a
joint. Housewarming at Speedy's new joint.
Only on the front grass, so y'all can't come inside. I don't know y'all like that. Might steal.
There goes the neighborhood. The whole tribe is coming.
So the Speedy
Come
move
on,
in.
tribe.
They had a party. A lot of people. Yeah, so one Tesla. But geez, a couple Cadillacs. Yeah, barbecuing in the front yard.
There were
It's a bit
18
much.
people in that pickup truck.
It's a bit much. Saw Javier. I don't know what's going on. Build a wall or something.
But you can see that this is where
Bruh,
we're going.
You'll
And we can get-
understand the feeling I have right now.
Come
it's
on.
like if I could get that for my kids and show them what you're showing me, then they know when they get older, hey, call Uncle Darren.
And see, and that's the thing. And see, you just touched on what the real objective here is. The fact is, a lot of us didn't grow up being told about ownership
At all.
or how important ownership is, and what a game changer ownership is for the whole family for generations.
And not just owning something, owning what you want.
Yeah,
That's totally different.
exactly. And so what I want to do is I'm trying to shake up the game. That's why I'm calling it a revolution, because our kids need to be thinking about ownership.
Ownership.
Yeah.
And from this point on, they will be.
And from this point on, that house will be in your family forever. You see, that changes everybody's fortune.
Wow.
Right?
Come on, America.
You heard it. The real estate revolution is underway. Speedy is going to be buyer number one. I want to
one.
thank Speedy for being here. Don't
No,
forget,
thank you.
this is his joint. I'm just a guest.
I'm finna go pack up now.
Speedy's about to go pack up and pick up Javier and the U-Haul on the way out of here. Everybody, I want to thank my man
No,
Speedy for
thank you,
being here.
brother.
Thanks for stepping in. We're
No.
going to keep you posted
Happy
on this.
birthday, man.
All right, we're going to be back in 3 minutes. I'm Daron C. Campbell. This is the Road to a Million show. We'll be back in 3.
Each house.
All right, we are back. We are back on the Road to a Million show. That was an exciting segment. We had my man Speedy on the show. Speedy's going to be the first person in the real estate revolution that we're going to make sure gets a house, and that'll leave us with 4,999 people to go. Are you going to be one of them? You going to join us in the revolution? I'm here to tell you, I'm not joking. This is the real estate revolution. We're going to put 5,000 people into homes that don't currently own them, and you could be one of them. I don't care. I mean, it's a lofty goal. It's ambitious. It might even be crazy, but I don't care, ladies and gentlemen. This can be done, and you see it can be done. You know it can be done. If you want to join me, you want to be part of my army, look, let's do this. You want to help me find some people some houses? You want to broker some deals? You want to help me find some people some loans? You want to get them some loans? You want to help me hunt for properties for people? I got you. Let's do this. I'm the leader of the real estate revolution, and I need you, my soldiers, to join me. If you know somebody who needs to buy their first home, if you need to buy your first home, we're going to have you check in, get pre-qualified. Hey, we'll bring you on the show. You'll be one of our shining examples after Speedy. We're going to get him a house, and we can get you one too. We get, listen, there are people out there who are working hard and have been for a lot of years. People have, there have been life challenges, credit challenges, job challenges. And I just think that it's time that we shook things up and took control of our future a little bit more. And, it's not rocket science, but a lot of people just don't know how to proceed. And I think it's my job, and I think it's my calling, and I think it's my mission to help people jump over the chasm that is the distance between where they are as renters and where they really ought to be as property owners. And hey, we're gonna get Speedy a house for his family, and maybe you should be buying a duplex. Maybe you should be buying a triplex. We'll help you get that. Maybe you need to rent 2 units out and live in one. I think that's a great way to start. I think that's a really good way to start your real estate investing career. Look, if you don't have a huge need for a giant house, then maybe you ought to own a duplex or a triplex. Maybe you ought to own a fixer-upper that you could live in and fix up. You know what? Somebody told me something real interesting. They said they were in the banking business, and they said, look, you should plan for buying a home similar to the way you plan a wedding. Like, how long ahead of time do you plan a wedding? A year, year and a half, 2 years sometimes? Well, you should plan on owning real estate in the same fashion. You don't just wake up one morning and go, okay, I'm going to buy a house. You plan the process. That's what we're doing with Speedy. We're not out making offers today for Speedy. We're looking at opportunities, but in the meantime, we got to get his credit straight. We got to get his pre-qualification straight. We got to decide what the house is, what the neighborhood is, what he's going to live in, what he prefers to live in, what's right for his family. And that process will take a little bit of time. Doesn't have to take a lot of time, but think about it. If you plan a wedding for a year and a half, you plan a year and a half for something that's going to last 5 or 6 hours, and then it's over. Poof. Now you're about to buy a house. This is something that's going to change the trajectory of your financial future. Plan for it. You might not be ready today, but we'll have you ready in 6 months. We'll have you ready in a year. We can get you ready faster than you can plan a wedding. How about that? And this will benefit you for years and years to come. So why don't you join the real estate revolution? Let's do this. Anybody who's ready to start that process, I don't know, Marlon, where are we going to have them go? You want to email us? What are we going to have them do? Email me at info@DaronCampbell.com. Send me an email, shoot me an email and say, hey, I want to be part of the real estate revolution. And whether that's professionally, you want to help us broker some of these deals because you got a license and you can do that. You can help us find these deals. You can help us broker these deals. You can make some money. See, we're going to make some people some money along the way too. What if you're a real estate agent? Hint, hint, tribe. I got some real estate agents over there. What if we could help you do your next 10 deals as part of the real estate revolution? You know, we got people who need the houses. So the people are going to email us and say, hey, I'm ready to jump in. I got my tribe right here. They're going to help me help you find a place. And we're going to shift gears. We're going to change the way it's done. It's my birthday. You're getting all the gifts. Damn, I love how that works. I'm just giving away stuff. Nothing wrong with that. On your birthday, you should be giving stuff. It's better to give than receive. I've never been real good at like having all this hoopla about me and about my day and all that. No big deal. I've received plenty in my life. Now it's time to give. I just want to give and give and give and give it back and help some people achieve some milestones, get independent, grow, get better. And so we're gonna take my man Speedy. He's been really good to me. The only reason I'm sitting in this studio right now is because my man Speedy said, "Hey man, you need your own show." I happen to agree with him, and here we are. And so the least I can do for him is make sure that dream of home ownership happens for him and his family, and 4,999 other families. So we're going to move 5,000 pieces of real estate in 5 years. Whoa. You're going to be part of my army? Come on, join me. The real estate revolution is underway. I'm Daron C. Campbell, the hardest working man in real estate. This is the Road to a Million show. We're going to do a bunch of real estate deals. We're going to help a bunch of people. So now Thursday on our very next show, we're gonna take Speedy down to the next step in the process. So we'll walk you through that, and then look forward to the coming weeks because we might just have to broadcast from out there in the streets because we're gonna go looking at houses and we're gonna look at some stuff that fits his budget. We're gonna look at that one that we just saw. We just kind of fell in love with. Ooh, I didn't know we'd fall in love on the first day on the third house, but hey, that's just how it works sometimes. That's why you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Get yourself prepared right now. Act as if, what if you put a time clock on yourself? You don't own a home right now, but let's put a 1-year clock on it. Darren's birthday. Put Darren's birthday on your calendar. Check it off. You can put Darren's birthday in small letters, and then you put own my next home. Own my own home. On Darren's next birthday. By November 12th, 2020, how much real estate can we have you own? Can we have you in your own property in 1 year? I know we can. If you decide to dedicate yourself to the movement, I'll dedicate me and my team and my tribe to your cause, and we'll help you own that home. I know you can do it. And it almost, whatever the situation is, Speedy's got his situation. We're looking at a certain price level for him. But I told you about somebody I sold a little $300,000 place to recently. I also just recently sold somebody a $4 million home. It doesn't matter where you are. We all have to start somewhere. If you don't start somewhere, then you never get anywhere, right? And so you got to start the journey, or another year will go by. We'll be talking about my next birthday before you blink if you don't start your journey now. So maybe I just got to help you with your roadmap. Maybe you just need a little push. Speedy just needed a little push. Oh yeah, he heard a few of my shows. He's like, man, I wonder if I could buy a house. Like, of course you can. And here we go in the process. You're going to watch it happen. Now let's talk about you. Is it your turn? Have you been renting for more than 5 years? Have you been renting for more than 10 years? Are you still living with your parents? I mean, all these scenarios exist, but if you have a source of income, then I'm going to say, if you have a source of income, I'm going to say you should be trying to own. I almost don't care what your income is. I almost don't care what your credit is at this moment. If you go on this 1 year journey with us, you go on this 1 year process with us, I'll bet you we can get you to the point where by a year from today, you are in a property that you own. Man, how powerful would you feel? How powerful would you feel? I'm telling you, the day they handed me the keys to that very first piece of real estate, that very first house, it was this magical, powerful, insane feeling that, you know what, suddenly a piece of this world was mine. And I don't know if I can explain to you properly enough how powerful and I don't know. I can't. Powerful is the only word I can think of, because that's just this overwhelming thing. It's like you sit down. I sat down in the middle of an empty living room and looked around and said, "This is mine. This is mine." And if you haven't felt that feeling, I want you to feel that feeling. It's nothing like it. There's nothing like it in the world. And you want to see pride of ownership. You know, I don't know if a lot of you know what pride of ownership really means. It's kind of like, you know how they say you really don't know what love is until you have a child. I mean, you can love your spouse, but nothing is like the love that you have when you have a child, right? Well, let me tell you something. Enjoying where you live and being proud of where you live is great, but you don't know pride of ownership until you have purchased something and it's your name on the title. I'm telling you, the game would change. Here's the thing. And a lot of people will think I'm really crazy, but I will tell you this. I think that slums, tough neighborhoods, graffiti, vandalism, I think they would all go away if we helped people own. Do you know, people do graffiti and they spray paint stuff and they vandalize property. But if their mama and daddy owned those houses, they wouldn't do it. If their mom and dad and uncles and aunts owned own their own homes in these neighborhoods, that vandalism, that graffiti, many times that gang activity would not happen in those neighborhoods. It's just that so many people don't have pride of ownership. It means a lot. Pride of ownership. People wouldn't throw trash on the ground in front of a house if their mom owned it. But if their mom rents it, their mom and dad rent it, they don't really feel like it's theirs. So they have a lack of care for that piece of property. But I'm here to tell you, we can cure a lot of the ailments that plague inner cities if we just help more people own. 90% of the people in the worst neighborhoods are renters. They're not owners. And as a result, they don't care as much for the property. Their children don't care as much for the property. I mean, do you think that a teenager in a neighborhood would watch another teenager graffiti all over the place if his mom was the owner of that house? Come on, think about it. This is bigger than just like, oh, let's own some real estate and let's get paid. This is about pride of ownership. And I'm here to tell you that neighborhoods would change. Everything would change. In the toughest neighborhoods, if people felt like their parents and think about it like this. If your mom owned a house and you knew that one day that house was going to be yours, don't you think you'd take a little better care of it? If you were in line to inherit this property, think about it. Those kids you see out there tagging and doing damage to things, their mama doesn't own that house. And that's why they don't care about that neighborhood. And they look at the landlord as some rich, evil person who, they have no regard for. They got no feeling for that guy. They feel like, well, so what? He's just going to raise our rent anyway. Imagine how we shift that. if we put 5,000 families into their own place. Amazing. The game would change. So I'm talking about cultural shift. I'm talking about fundamental change in the way we matriculate through society. You guys, you got to understand, there's a big ripple effect that's going to come from this. We're going to put 5,000 owners in their own homes who otherwise might not have had the chance. And we're going to create the opportunity. We're going to help their credit. We're going to help the financing happen. And we're going to help them find the right house, just like we're about to do for my man Speedy. I mean, he couldn't believe it when I talked about an interest rate of 3.37% fixed for 30 years. I call that free money. That's what I call that. I call that free money. And what if, just what if, the bank says, well, yeah, you're eligible for 100% financing, meaning we'll finance the whole place for you. All you got to do is come up with the closing costs. What? Think about it. Think about it. So I'm just here to tell you this is exciting stuff because stuff's about to change. So now Marlon and I are working on this big list of people who are going to come on. They're going to sit in this chair and they're going to talk to me about how the game works. I'm gonna blow the lid off of the whole mysterious, stupid game that nobody ever really told you about and have never told you how it worked mechanically. How does my credit go from 550 to 700? What exactly needs to happen for that to happen? It can be told to you in plain English. I'm going to get some plain English folks to come here and talk to you about it. My mortgage. How is my mortgage calculated? And what should I know about it? I mean, is the interest paid up front? Is there more interest paid in the beginning than later? Is there, am I paying taxes on the interest? Tell me exactly, Daron, what the write-offs are I'll get for buying a home. Is mortgage interest still deductible? If I have to repair the home, can I deduct any of that from my taxes? I'm going to get all those questions answered for you so that you know a little bit more. So this is not a mysterious process. Why should it be secret? Why should any of this be secret? If my credit score is going to go down 10 points because the car dealership wants to run it, then explain how that works to me. Why does my credit go down if a guy's trying to check my credit to see if it's good enough to have something? But by him checking it, it drops 10 points. I heard about a person who went and they went and got pre-qualified for three different car loans, but what they didn't realize was they reduced their credit score by 30 points by going to talk to three different car dealers. Come on. We should know about this stuff. We should know why this occurs. We should know why our credit score goes down and how to prevent it from going down. We should know how it gets built up and how quickly we can build it up. Does that make sense? If why should it be a mystery to me? If my credit score is 650, there's a way to get it to 750. I should know what that process is. Even if I had to pay you to do it for me, I should still know what it means. I should still know why. I should still know how it works. Debt to income ratio. Do you even know what that is? Do you know what your debt to income ratio is? And if you know what the definition is, do you know what yours is? Think about it. These are things that should not be secrets. If the bank is going to decide, if Speedy qualifies for this new house by looking at his debt to income ratio, don't you think Speedy ought to know what his debt to income ratio is before he goes to the bank? Before he fills out that application? Shouldn't he be able to go, okay, look, here's my debt, add it all up. Here's my income, add it all up. Here's the ratio, add it all up. Oh, and we know that the bank wants me to be a blah, blah, blah. And then he doesn't have to waste anybody's time. He can either start working on getting it better, or he can say, okay, I'm ready to go. Right? Why should TransUnion and Experian and Equifax all have like some secret code to your credit? Why should they like have this special like vault where they keep all the credit secrets and they haven't told you about them? But yet they control your future, because if you go fill out a credit application and somebody says, oh no, your Equifax score is 550, you don't qualify. Shouldn't you have known that ahead of time? Now, there's a lot of progress being made with companies like Credit Karma and and those kind of places. They give free credit reports and whatnot. That's a good first step. Now, rather than just seeing what your score is, let's go one level deeper. Let's find out why your score is what it is. Let's find out how your score got to be that way. Let's find out why, if you got a $5,000 MasterCard and you've spent $4,900 of it, but you pay it on time, that's still considered a negative piece of credit. Did you know that? If you've used almost all of the credit limit on a certain card and there's not much room left on that card, that's sometimes considered a bad piece of credit. Now, here's another thing that kind of tripped me out. I heard that if you got this card, we got a great limit on it, but you never use the card because you think you're being smart and savvy, that might be considered a negative piece of credit. You know why? Wait, this one tripped me out. One time they told me, they said, okay, you got this credit card that's got this giant limit on it, but you've never used it. I go, exactly. Isn't that a good thing? They said, well, not really, because if you went and used it, then you'd have to make the payment, and then that would mess with what your available income was every month. So this is not a particularly positive piece of credit. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like Chinese. Well, I am going to get that exposed, and we're going to figure out exactly what affects your credit, what makes it go up, what makes it go down, what makes it go sideways. And then I'm going to get the lender in here and I'm going to get them to explain to you why your score affects your interest rate and how if you get to a certain level, you get a certain reduction in interest rate. We're going to talk about points. Why do some lenders charge 1 point and some lenders charge 1.5? Why do some lenders allow you to fold the point into the loan and not pay the point up front? Why do some lenders allow you to buy down the interest rate? Did you ever hear about that one? You could write a check and get your interest rate lowered from 3.8% to 3.5%. Did you know that? These are all these things that people haven't discussed with you. They didn't take you to school. They didn't teach you this at school. Man, don't get me on my Christopher Columbus rant again. But the fact is, you learned all kinds of things in school that don't affect where you really, what you really need in your life. And this is going to be a whole new education, you guys. And so I want you to start thinking about this. Let's do some homework. Why don't we do some homework? Why don't you, everybody who's watching, everybody who's interested in trying to get to the next level, I'm going to make Marlon and Don and Nick and Speedy all do this. We're going to let's start with the liabilities. Let's look at what your bills are and look at what they cost you every month. I just want you to just add all that up. All your bills, your credit cards, your monthly obligations, all those ridiculous automatic payment things. I looked at my credit card one day. I had like 19 auto pay subscriptions. I just got mad one day and told my banker to just shut that card down completely and let's start over. Because I was irritated that I had signed up for like 19 different things that were sucking $50 here and $80 there automatically, from the account. So we killed that. But the point is, I want you to look at everything you're responsible for financially, and let's just talk about what your monthly overhead is. And if it's excessive, we're going to work on trimming it down. I'm going to give you some tricks and some best practices as to how to cut your overhead down. And then we're going to take a look later on. We'll take a look at your income and show you ways that we can enhance that. And then we'll start working on a debt to income ratio. Okay? But let's start with the debt. Let's tackle one thing at a time. So homework assignment number 1 is take a snapshot of all of your liabilities. That means all of your debt and all of the monthly payments that are associated with that debt. Okay? So credit cards, so your rent payment, so your car payments, those store cards that you use all the time that you shouldn't, your subscriptions, your Amazon Prime subscription, your DirecTV. I want you to list all of that stuff because it's time if we can just get real with ourselves, then that's like the beginning of the reform. Right? but you can't reform yourself if you don't really know what the truth is. So let's get at the truth about where we are financially, and let's start with the most damaging thing, and that is debt and liabilities. So the bills. Total your bills, and while I go through the process with Speedy and some other people, you go through the same process. And again, if you're interested in taking part of the real estate revolution and you want to be one of the home buyers or one of the vendors who helps us sell those homes to people or one of the investors who wants to help us assemble financing and properties for people to buy, hit me up. info@DaronCampbell.com. And you're going to be part of this 5-year revolution. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. If you ever want to call in during this show, I don't know if we post the phone number, but it's 818-914-4087. I didn't have time to take any calls today, but anytime you want to call while we're on live, we do take calls, 818-914-4087. Otherwise, you can always email me. Otherwise, you can always, chat with us while we're online. There's a lot of ways to get in touch. There's a lot of ways to get involved. I just think it's time that we made some changes, and let's make them radical. Let's change for the better. We're launching on my birthday. It's the real estate revolution. It's starting on Daron Campbell's birthday. Wow, that's exciting. November the 12th. You got till next November the 12th to own a piece of real estate, and that's a smart way to plan. You plan it for 1 year. I bet you by this time next year, we could have 150, 200 people already closed escrow. How about that for excitement? Would that turn you on? Would that pump you up? Well, we're celebrating that success, and we're doing it on my birthday. How about that? It's my birthday, but you get the cake, ladies and gentlemen. That's a fun thing, and I'm excited about it. I'm glad so many people seem to be excited about it as well. So what we'll do next is I'll have our next expert come on Thursday, and we will dissect the next part of the game, and we'll take Speedy to the next level in his hunt. Hopefully by then, I'll have 5 or 6 more people ready to undergo the process, and that way we'll move multiple people forward at the same time. How about that? That makes sense? I'm glad you think so. Well, I am just about at the 2-hour limit. I am so excited that we had a good time today. I'm so excited that we're making progress. I'm so excited that we got Speedy going. My team, my crew is ready. Marlon and Don and Nick and Speedy, we are excited to come at you every chance we get to show you guys, to help you grow. My tribe is here always in support. My new audience is we're YouTube family now, and I just appreciate the support. All right, we are wrapping up. I'm Daron C. Campbell, the hardest working man in real estate, your real estate mentor. It's my birthday. You get the gifts. I'll see all of you at the top. Peace, everybody.